I used to think burnout was a badge of honor. The more exhausted I was meant I was doing more and therefore would be more successful much faster. But the actual truth, I was running on an empty engine. Mentally, physically, and emotionally just not successful at all. I want to take you on my personal journey today with hustle culture and how it broke me, but also how I found balance again and what led me here. If you go back to my videos, you know I have done pretty much everything. I have had a social media business, I have tried all the different side hustles, I have done babysitting, au pairing, pet sitting, worked professionally, and I do content creation. I've moved abroad, got a scholarship, done tutoring, everything you can imagine. And in the generation that we are with social media, your success is measured by how busy you are and how many things you're doing in life. And I was always chasing the next goal: better grades, more internships, more experience, side hustles, content creation, networking events, you name it. I was everywhere. And I'd also like to squeeze in time for reading, writing, which is my passion, painting. Now that I think of it, I feel like, why was I punishing myself? Even though I thought at the time I was doing myself a favor by being the best version of myself. But the reality is I would wake up every day overwhelmed. Productivity became my personality, and if I wasn't doing something useful, I felt guilty. And to be honest, as much as I thought it was all helping me, it hit me one day that I wasn't really sleeping well. My health wasn't up to mark, even though I was going to the gym and whatnot. My creativity disappeared. I couldn't paint the way I used to, write poetry the way I used to. I was snapping at people, especially my loved ones, which bothered me the most. And no matter how much I achieved, I never felt complete. That rhymed. You can tell I'm a writer. I remember trying to squeeze in everything I have to do for my side hustles in a lunch break once, not even eating, which is what it's for, and just tears in my eyes brought up the question, is this what success is supposed to feel like? Like, I know I'm doing everything to get ahead, but is it still gonna come if I just relax? Is it really gonna hurt me to relax? And the thing is, not relaxing was hurting me. So I knew something had to change. I started small, just by unplugging on Sundays, not booking anything in, just spending time with myself, romanticizing my life, solo dates, at the markets, writing poetry, at Bondi icebergs, doing things that made me feel like myself, and scheduling that in my calendar as well, because I have made videos on organizing your calendar and your wallpapers, but you also have to schedule and joy in between all that. I was known to be everywhere. I'd be at work, then to networking events, then dinners, out on weekends to beaches, hikes, whatnot. And I also had to learn to say no without guilt. Even though I wanted to be everywhere, that is just not good for me. And I can't be everywhere because there's just only one of me. And I discovered that rest isn't laziness, it's resistance. And my personality and my self-worth does not have to be tied to what I do. My self-worth exists without all these things, because what if tomorrow I just lose all of them? What do I still have? Is myself. And my self-worth doesn't have to depend on how much I can produce. So I had to learn to define success differently. I made a whole dopamine list, what I really enjoyed, and not just superficially, but what made me feel good. Waking up without dread, without an alarm, felt good. Having those slow mornings, easing into things that I truly love, and doing the work I love without sacrificing my peace. Balance doesn't mean everything is running smoothly and is perfect. It just means you stop glorifying burnout and you start to learn to say no to others, but also to yourself when you want to do the most, but inherently it's not good for you. So if you're caught in the hustle trap, I see you. It's real. It does trap you. And I'm here to remind you that slowing down is perfectly okay. It's actually good to rest. We're known to be more creative, more inspired when we're resting. If we're constantly going at a certain pace and not slowing down and appreciating where we are and what we've got, you miss all of it. You are enough, even when you're not doing. If you're on your own journey realizing your burnout and want to lean towards more of rest and balance, I would love to hear your story. Here's to more peace, more purpose, and less pressure, because you're gonna get there regardless. I'm posting every day on here about self-development and my life in Australia, so stick around and I'll see you next time.